Good afternoon. Today is the 31st of July and we are still at the 2021 Festival of the Unexceptional at Grimsthorpe Castle in Lincolnshire. This is part 5 of Slightly Shambolic Shuffle. These videos aren't really edited apart from putting a channel ident on them. Unfortunately, I have had a problem in which my normal phone that I film on it's run out of storage and battery, so we're on my reserve camera, which is not as good. So it's a bit shaky, the focus is kind of all over the place. Yeah, that's just sort of the way it goes on this channel, I'm afraid. So yes, parts 1, 3 and 4 we're going around the Unexceptional car park, and part 2 is looking at the Concours de l'Ordinaire. So we'll continue in the Unexceptional car park with this beautiful 1968 Hillman Minx Estate car. It's actually what it says on the original invoice from a place in Penrith called Armstrong Fleming, where it was sold. The Arrow Minx, which this generation of Minx is called, was based on the sort of Hillman Hunter, really, which was like a nicer version of this Minx. But I have never seen a Minx Estate car like this before, ever. Never ever seen one. That's pretty crazy. Next, this is a Mini 1275 GT. That is a 1973 to 74 plate, but this car's been modified quite extensively, so I don't know whether it is anymore. I mean, it might be. Next to it, another British Leyland car, 1980 to 81 Austin Allegro 3. Now this, sorry, the focus is a bit funny. I think they call this colour vermilion, which, you know, might be wrong about that though. Wrong with many things. So it's an L. Could be an A series then. It's Land Rover Series 2? Series 3, thank you. Land Rover Series 3, short wheelbase. Next to an N13 Nissan Sunny. Another one is a Pulsar or a Cherry or lots of other names depending on where you are in the world. I do have a review of a saloon version of one of these on the channel. In fact, the chap who owns it is actually with me, Mr Louis Brisdian. We'll take a look at the front of it as well. It will look very familiar to those who've seen the something with a no budget. This is the sort of cheaper front end. The higher models actually had coloured bumpers. Next, we'll have a look at this CRX, or is it the CRX or CRX Del Sol? Because the imported ones are called the CRX Del Sol. Yes, it is a Del Sol. It's a Japanese import, about 91, 92, something like that. Ooh, 1971 to 72 Rover 2000 TC, so it's Mark 1.5 P6. Facelift without the 2.2 engine. Sort of thing you really would expect to see here. Of course, it's not. It's festively unexceptional, and so it's not the 3.5 litre V8. Is that a beige vinyl interior? It's very nice, viewers. I think the colour of this is Rio Brown, from what I remember. There was a similar one to this in the first couple episodes of Professionals that I filmed, but that was a pre-facelift. It was a 1970 and it had a different grille. This is a 1989 Vauxhall 1.2 Merit. This is the sort of car that was filmed by iDriver Classic. Is this? I don't know actually. It looks like it's similar to it. Some of the experts on them will no doubt tell me. Ooh, a Mazda 323 Sports. This will be a 94, I should think, because the next generation came out end of 94. So, yeah, very rare. And with the sort of logo at Mazda at the time, they went through 3 logos in the 90s Mazda. We're still with the third version one they had. W124 Mercedes. next to this 1999 Rover 620. I wonder if this is a TI. It could be. But by the end of production on the 600, they're doing all kinds of weird special editions, so who knows? They didn't actually badge them at the end. It's only got a single exhaust pipe, so that tells me it probably isn't. So yeah, that's a 230E 3124 1991 plate. In one of the other parts, we were looking at a Citroën Xantia and discussing whether the very early ones had the chevrons on the bonnet, and it does. So this is a very early one. These came up, I think, late 92, and this is a 92, 93 plate one. I don't know if that's original dealer plate though, because NK, I'm not sure, was a Beckenham area code at the time. Wow, a Renault 9. Cool, viewers. Wow. I haven't seen one of these in a while. There was an 11 in the Concorde de l'Ordinaire. 1985 Renault 9 GTL Biarritz. And bargain at £1,300. Yeah, you don't see many of those anymore, do you? Post-facelift Volvo 440 1.8 SE. I'd quite like to drive one of these. The person who owns that's a member of the Slightly Sweary Forum. I remember my mother used to get these as courtesy cars when she had a Volvo 240 in the 1990s, and we'd always get these as courtesy cars. Let's see if we can. There we go. Oops, still getting used to autofocus. There we go. The interior of these is different from the pre-facelift ones. Oh, no, it's not going to be any good. That's why I prefer my normal phone, viewers. Headlamp wipers, of course. This is a Mark III Fiesta. This one will be one of the later ones, because but when this car was made, the Mark IV was already out, so it's why it's called a Fiesta Classic. I'll get a photograph of that from a friend of mine. Just hold on a second, viewers. So here we go. A 1986 to 87 Daihatsu 4-track. I had to think about that for a second. The Sport Track was a smaller one. The ones you see of these mainly are the later 4-track independent ones. There we go. There's a brochure. It is a 4-track. 1988 to 89 Ford Orion 1.6L. It's got a 5-speed gearbox. Brilliant. Still got wind-up windows though. It's 1969 to 1970 Triumph TR6. I wonder if this is a carburettor one, because this is left-hand drive, so it could possibly be a American import or something. The British market ones had the Lucas fuel injection, mechanical fuel injection, so won't be one of those. Saab 900, I don't think this is a turbo. I think they call them the OG 900s. These 900i Jubilee. This Renault 19 looks familiar. I think this was on the Hubnut stand at the 2019 Bromley pageant. Supplied by Lincolnshire of Portsmouth. I thought it might actually be supplied originally by Renault UK, because they used to register their cars on Portsmouth plates. Portsmouth and Southampton for years have had the same area codes, and Renaults get imported generally from France into Southampton, so that's why you used to register them. But yeah, this one is looking exceptionally unexceptional, which is why it's here, I should think. Oh, sorry. No problem. Another Golf GTI. This one is an 8-valve, big bumper, sort of around 1990, could be 91. BBS alloy wheels. It's around the corner from here in Spalding. Another Espace Mark 1. I've never seen 3 Renault Espace Mark 1 in the same car park for quite a long time, viewers. I don't know what specification this one is. It seems to have been maybe repainted at some stage, and so they've taken the stickers off. But yes, be about 1989, 1990 thereabouts, and it's got headlamp washers and yellow fog lamps. Facelifted Mark 1 Miriam McGann Cabriolet. I don't know what year this is. It's the personal plate. It's got a leather interior. This we really do have some luxury today. (1983 to 84) Austin Maestro 1.3 HLE. Wow. Oh, is it an early one? Yes, it's a 4-speed. So this is the early HLE with an econometer on the dashboard, and the older Maestro dash that was replaced in about February '86. I do have lots of Maestro reviews on my channel, our viewers, but I'm always happy to see more of them.
Hello, mate. Hello, how you doing?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Hello.
The man with 2 Protons in the same show.
Yes. Have you seen both of them? Have you spotted both?
I have. This is part 5 that I'm doing. I think that one's in part 2 because it's Concours de l'Ordinaire, and the other one, whoever it is in about part 3.
Good. Nice to catch up with you.
See you later, sir. Mr. John Copeland there. Mark 1 Mondeo. This is an SI. I imagine there'll probably be a 2-litre. The headlamps aren't doing too badly. Often they do get very yellow. Mark, sorry, 94, 95 plate. Citroen Berlingo. I don't know what that's really doing here. That's seriously loads of those. That's not sure what that's doing here either. But we do have a Mark II Escort here. I don't know what specification this is. Now, a lot of these are replicas of things like Mexico's and RS 2000s. It's left-hand drive as well. So it's a 600 Sport. If that's a genuine 600 Sport, you're worth a lot of money, viewers. 76 plate. Oh, yes. Peugeot 605 SLI. Imagine that would be something like the 2-litre, 2-litre 4-cylinder, a KV. So possibly supplied originally by Peugeot themselves in Coventry. 94, 95 plate. Strangely, there's no driver's airbag in this. You'd expect it to be. It's got wood, and it's got all the sort of fancy stuff. There's no driver's airbag in it. Maybe it's because this is the bottom of the range one. This is a pre-facelift one anyway. Came out '89. Another car that came out in '89 was the Proton. They were just called the 1.3 and 1.5 in this country, known as the Saga in a lot of other places like Malaysia where they were made. So often they are just referred to these days by people as the Saga. This is the aeroback. It's a fancy one. It's called Rev Counter. The one I had, which was a post-facelift, this is the pre-facelift one. So 91, 92 plate, the triple valve. So it'd be probably, probably 91, 92. 1.5 aeroback. It's GL, so it's sort of middle of range somewhere. I prefer the sort of styling at the back of these to the post-facelift aerobags. Volkswagen camper van, 82, 83 plate. I really don't know anything about these, viewers, so we're going to have to move on rather swiftly. Sub 900 turbo, very late one, but it's a 92, 93 plate, and the OG ones, which is what these are referred to, British production 93. Right, I think I take a couple of photographs for a couple of my channel viewers, so I'll be back in a second. Right, viewers, taking most photographs for some of my other viewers, and right, a Skoda had one of the older type ones with a rear engine. I don't really know anything about these, to be honest, but this one says it's an S110LS, and that plate is from 1974 to 75. left-hand drive, this one, so maybe an import, I'm not sure. Last generation Toyota MR2, 2005 plate. I'm not quite sure this is exactly the right place for one of these, but quite like them actually though. Oh wow, is that a Suzuki Alto Works? Now that plate on it is not correct. This car is from the early 2000s, I think. But yes, I've never seen one of these little Alto Works. K specification, quite narrow. We did get an Alto at the time in this country, but it was an Indian built one with a little 1 litre engine, I think. Now this is an early MGF, 95, 96 plate. They were launched in 95. That car could have been supplied originally by the Rover Group, because although it's an SMG Rover Uxbridge, that's not an Uxbridge area code, it's a Coventry plate, so possibly could have been one of their own ones. I cannot remember the name of this colour, I'm afraid, I do apologise. This one, though, I can tell you was originally registered by Rover Group themselves, because it's a GWAC car, which is the sequence also was used for the original Land Rover Discovery, so this will be an 89 then. CVC register, former Land Rover Company Vehicle Collection. Well, there we go, viewers. I surprise myself sometimes with all the obscure things that I know. The car's been made to look a bit older than it is. I think it's an earlier grille on that. The wheels are, yeah, I think they're the right ones, and also I think these are I can't remember if they're aluminium doors on these. I forget. Talking of early discoveries, here is a Mark I pre-facelift Discovery on a J plate, so 91, 92. Still got original decals on it. I don't know what engine this is in this one. I don't think it's got the Jasper Conrad bag in it either. Those instruments do look very similar to like a Maestro Montego. Not exactly the same, but those stalks are. They definitely are. Yeah, not sure what specification that is. Another Saab 900 convertible from about the time, an OG1, 92-93 plate. A Renault Extra based on the Renault Super 5 called Renault 5. I do have a review of the Renault 5 on my channel, viewers. It's a very late one. It's a 1.4 Campus on an M plate, I think, so it's a 95, I think, the one that I filmed. But yes, I've not seen an Extra for a long time. Long time. Yeah, Renault 5 dashboard in that. Exactly the same as one of those with a weird little stalks on it like that. Yeah, Renault Extra, 90, 192 plate. Lotus Elan, I think this is a Series 3, 67, 68 plate. It's not quite the same as the one that Dino drove in the Avengers. That was a slightly older one, that was a 66. But tiny little car. I don't think they're very comfortable with someone like me. Porsche 928S has 8081 plate on this, so it's an early one. It's a lot of money these cost when they were new, an awful lot of money. Don't know an awful lot about these. I know most of them are auto, and so is this one. Then another Montego. Yes, please. Don't know why it's got the funny discs on the wheels. This probably isn't a Mayfair or anything like that. It's got the Volkswagen gearbox in it, so it might well be a 1.6. Yeah, it's a 1.6L. That is, I think, Moonraker Blue. So we keep going, viewers. Ooh, someone's got a nice HHR 400 saloon there. It's always identical to the one that I filmed a while ago. Same colour, everything. That's on No Budget Reviews. Volvo 740, 88, 89 plate. Don't know what a trim level this is. Oh, just a GL. Okay, it's just a GL. Yeah, a Fiesta Popular, very early one. 89 only. I think these were launched March or April 89. So this is a very, very early one. Page Ford in Epsom. That's gone now. I think it's a pet shop actually. I used to live in Epsom for years.
Are you gonna...
Yeah, popular, so nothing. 4-speed gearbox and, well, not much else. I think a rear wiper might be an option. I've got an expert on Mark III Fiestas, and so he might tell me. But so I only got a 5-inch odometer as well. Obviously, didn't expect the car was going to last this long. Another Allegro 3. This is a 1.3 HL 8182 plate. Ooh, viewers, yes please. 1993 to 1994, Vauxhall Cavalier 2.5 V6. I had a Cavalier on no budget reviews recently, but it wasn't the V6. It was a 1.6 classic run-out model. This is more like it, viewers, and it's a manual as well. Yes, please. I think it's the Getrag gearbox in that they also used in the Vauxhall Amiga. I don't think this is a CDX. I think it's just called a V6. Oh, focus on. This is why I don't use this phone normally for filming anything. 1993 to 1994, Mazda MX-3. I believe there were 4-cylinder ones of these made, but most of them, or not all of them in this country, were the 1.8 V6. I quite like that, viewers, I must admit. Oh, Alfa 105 Series Coupe. I actually have driven one of these. I didn't film the drive of it at the time. A couple of years ago, I filmed one of these. There's a walk around on my channel, but I didn't film the drive of it. This will be a 2000, maybe a GTV, something like that. The drive position is wonderful until you realise that you can't reach the gear stick. You have it in an ideal driving position. That's a bit of a problem with one of these. There we go. Do like it. Original right-hand drive car as well. Saab 9000 CS facelift model. It's very nice. It's a beige leather interior, viewers. Yes, it is, and it's got wood as well. I like that, viewers, very much, and it's dark green too. I don't know what year that is. A facelift was about 92, I think, with those. Alfa Romeo 916 Spider, the red leather interior. This will be a pre-facelift one, be about 99 or thereabouts on a V. We do actually have one of these coming up on my channel at some point, viewers, but I've got so many reviews that I filmed of cars recently, but you might have to wait a few weeks for it. But not this one, it'll be another one, it'll be a later one with a JTS engine. Volkswagen Corrado VR6, again, I don't know what year this is. It's got I think a Northern Irish plate on it, so I can't tell you. Maybe somebody wants to have a look at RegCheck site for that. Oh, another Triumph Acclaim. I do like Triumph Acclaim viewers. I do like them very, very much. This one is on a Y plate, so it would be 82, 83. And it's just the HLS automatic, which is the sort of mid-spec model. There was LHL, HLS, and then the CD, which is the one in the Concorde de l'Ordinaire. XJ40 Jaguar. This is a Sovereign. I imagine that's a straight 6 in there. And a Toyota MR2 Mark I. Of course, someone who's also obviously a fan of a certain Welsh-based YouTube channel. 87 MR2 Mark I. Backwards Corolla. Is that funny or not? Reliants Scimitar. I forget if this is an SS1 or SS2. This might be the one with the 1.8 Nissan engine in it. 1600, I think that's gosh, I can't remember if that's the Fordham and Nissan engine. I forget. Sorry, dears. There's a reason why this is called the Shambolic Shuffles. 1986, 1987 plate though. 1995, 96 Fiat 500 Sporting to be with the 1.1 engine. There we go. Another Vauxhall Astra Mark III Merit. I think the Merits normally have the 1.4 engine, the 60 brake horsepower version of it. say 1992, 93 plate. Austin Maestro city van, 86, 87 plate. I don't know if this is a real, genuine one or it's a replica, but yeah, it must be after February 86 because it's got the new later dash in it. Renault CPR5, or just Renault 5 in this country. Prima. There's also a Campus Prima later on, but that wasn't anywhere near as luxurious as this one. It's 1.4, so it would be the Cléon Font engine, and it's got an automatic gearbox as well. That's interesting. The one I drove on the channel last year, that was I think a 94, 95. I can't remember. I should have looked like cars. I'm sorry. And that was just a normal 5-speed manual 3-door. That's in very nice conditions. Another Triumph Acclaim. Well, why not, viewers? I do like them. 83, 84 plate, so this is a later one, but it only made them for 3 years. It's manual. This is an HL, so a little bit lower spec than the other one. 1980-81 Vauxhall Chevette GL Saloon. I think we can look through it. Yes, it's an automatic. Wow, this must be rare. So yes, it's got the flush headlamps on this, so it signifies the later cars. We've only still got one wing mirror, or door mirror I should say. Very, very early Morris Marina. 71 only will be on a J. 800 TC coupe, so that'll be the top of the range one, coupe TC. 1986 to 87 Ford Sierra RS Cosworth hatch. Worth a lot of money now, these sort of cars. It's a lot of money for a Sierra Cosworth hatch. There is the engine breathed on by Cosworth. Holden Monaro HSV, I think that is. I don't know what year that is. And an NA MX-5, a late one on an R. It's 97, 98 plate. With an airbag, so very late. I drove the Unos version of this car last week. You'll be seeing a review of that on the channel at some point. I think that's a Midas. It's a sort of mini-based kit car. That's funny. It's got a mini airbag equipped steering wheel in it. That's interesting. Yeah, they're tiny. Always little mini switches you can see on the dash as well. Maybe it's for years and years and years. A fiberglass kit car, of course. Another Alpha Spider. This is the sort of later type, the latest version that they made. Shame they don't make these anymore, really. They're beautiful. I don't think they are necessarily the least resistant to corrosion, but there we go. Not sure what year it's just a personal plate. I don't know roughly what year this is though. This is a 89 to 90 Citroen VX 16 TGS. It's kind of similar to the one that I filmed on the channel quite recently when I was preparing to be in Seabrook. No budget Hubnut rip-off edition. This is looking nice. It all looks very familiar in there. This one looks in really nice condition. Despite the sort of plastic panels, a lot of bits on here, they do still rust. 1965 MG Magnet with the slightly reduced tail fin. That's an automatic, interesting. What is this tiny little thing?
Actually, it's sort of, it's quite a narrow cover. Cars are now going sort of
Datsun, I think. I think this is a Datsun 1000 pickup or something. 75, 76 plate. Oh, viewers, that's more like it. A Mark II Rover 45. That looks like it even might be a connoisseur spec, viewers. With the chrome mirrors as well. Leather interior has been covered up, but I think it might well be a beige one because we have a beige rimmed steering wheel. Very nice, viewers. Do like a nice Rover 45. In fact, I have a nice Rover 45 myself. Might well have been supplied by MG Rover themselves because that it's a Birmingham plate and the dealer is saying Norwich, so might well have initially been supplied by MG Rover. It says here used MG Rover specialist, so I was right. So this is a 1986-87 Volkswagen Beetle. That steering wheel looks like it's off a Mark II Golf GTI or an early one. I think South American built one. Interesting, there's just little bits in it that you never see on a European market one. And of course, the boot is at the front. Right, viewers, I think we'll just take a look at these last 4 cars in this row, and then we'll stop this part and go to the next one. This is a Honda Jazz Mark I, and yes, this genuinely is a Honda Jazz. They made it for the European market. You can see the badge that's just there for a short time in the early 1980s. This says an 83, 84 plate, so it could be an 84. So yeah, but when anyone tells you that this is not a Mark I Honda Jazz, it most certainly is. I remember seeing these very occasionally when I was younger, but they're not around an awful lot anymore. FSO Caro, which is the successor to the Polonaise, but it should say Caro on the back. This one says Polonaise. Don't know what's going on. Oh well, Polonaise then. 96, 97 plate. This one. I know a lot of people in Poland still absolutely adore these things. I didn't realise they imported them that late. So have a look at this K11 Micra. Sorry, it's going up and down, viewers. That's just because the stabilisation in this phone is not very good. So K11 Micra. It's actually a micro shape, they're called. What are you doing in my video, Mr Richardson?
Well, I was trying to walk past the micro without being accosted, and then...
You have been accosted.
Well, I got accosted.
Again?
Again. I was trying to look at that lovely little Alfa Romeo behind you.
It is very nice, sir.
And you're focusing...
K11 micro shape, sir.
I think you'd be more excited by that Mark III Astra, though.
Well, there's loads of Mark III Astras here today, sir.
Very far up your boulevard, I would imagine.
Yes, but there's a post-facelift Rover 45 connoisseur over there, sir.
You may be excited by that, but there's a Rover Streetwise over there.
Why is it there's so much exciting stuff here, Mr Richardson?
I don't know, but I think I've now developed a drinking game. Every time you see a Volvo, you have to drink.
Indeed, sir. Right. I'll let Mr Richardson carry on his non-shambolic non-shuffle.
Oh, this is quite shambolic. I'm not labelling it as such. Don't draw attention.
Jaguar XKR. Dark green, the beige interior. I do apologise to you. I thought my phone stopped recording for a second. So there will be like a jump for a second as I just sort of edit a little bit out of that. I thought the phone had stopped recording, but it hasn't. As Mr Richardson says, there is a nice Alfa Romeo there, but first of all, we're going to have a look at this Mark III Vauxhall Astra. This looks like it's a sort of Merit or something like that. It's definitely not one of the higher spec ones. It just says Astra 1.4. Yes, it is a Merit, it says so on the side. I think this is an Alfa Giulietta. I forget what year this is. It'll be. I forget this will be sort of 50s, early 60s maybe. I think this is a Giulietta. Do apologise, viewers. Not really the sort of fount of knowledge today. We'll finish on this Skoda. I think this is a 120 also known as an Estelle. I forget sometimes about these things. I don't know anything about them, so that's probably why. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed for watching this episode of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2021 Festival of the Unexceptional here at Grimsthorpe Castle in Lincolnshire. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video and to leave a comment below. And say, just if you just want to say it was terrible, then, well, you know, there is a reason why it's called a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle, so maybe not appreciated so much. But yes, this has been part 5. Subscribe for part 6. Social media links are down below.